Temple controls with Aaliyah Butts, and we're underway. Jones will headline the officiating crew. Caroline Smith and Andrew Bills are the two other officials.
And both these teams, Dave, really play with 2 point guards, which is nice because one person doesn't have to have the ball in their hands all the time. So you'll see Theon Fitzgerald and Butts for Temple both share the responsibility of bringing the ball up the floor and running the offense.
Jasmine Whitfield tipped it away from Atkinson. And here comes Owens, sporting the number 5 jersey. Normally she wears number 3, but her jersey didn't make it to fill it.
You know, sometimes that happens, an equipment bag gets lost. And I recall a game where we lost an entire equipment bag, an entire set of jerseys, and we had to play in our opponent's away jerseys.
Butts for a triple. Good rebound. Colville inside, splitting 2, and a fresh 30 for the ounce.
And with this 5-guard lineup, Colville, one of the tallest players on the floor at 6'1", great on the boards. Temple, actually a trio of rebounders, pulling 6 rebounds plus a game, getting the rebounding job done.
Go to the high post with Fountain here in our ball here. Why insert Quisenberry in this situation for Cincinnati?
Well, this is the chess game we're going to see tonight. So because Temple starts 5 guards and they're such a fast and great transition team, Coach Elliott decided that she needed to go with 5 guards to stay with the tempo of the game. Quisenberry, a point guard as well, so she'll be the other ball handler on the floor, along with Anna Owens for this team.
There's Alicia Lovett. Good stop and go with the right hand and the smooth roll.
Wow, Alicia Lovett coming off that high ball screen, and then Cincinnati will go immediately into their 1-2-2 full court press.
Family in the building tonight. Medical red shirt last year with that Achilles injury. She was oh so missed a year ago for the Bearcats.
They said her recovery was just brutal, but she was just such a champion. One of the hardest workers on this team. The coaching staff just can't say enough about what a great kid she is, what a great player she is.
Atkinson misses the bunny.
The offensive boards are in transition. They need to box out. They need to be one. The Temple needs to be one and done on their end of the floor.
Here's Fitzgerald driving. 3 on the way for Fountain.
Fountain from downtown. Fountain with that 6-foot frame is just a tremendous athlete. Listening to her in practice yesterday, a very big vocal presence on this team. A lot of energy.
Drive by Owen, she lost it momentarily, and a turnover here again.
And Owen's trying to get to the rim, she just mishandled the ball, but they continue to stay in their press and really just try to control the tempo of this game. You'll see Cincinnati in their matchup 3-2 zone, which they'll probably play the majority of the game. Try to pack it inside, make Temple shoot from the outside. Right now, Temple doing a great job shooting from the outside.
There's the star-studded player, Fitzgerald, cashing in over 15 per game, paces the club on that mark. Aaliyah Butts aiding her cause with 15.4 points per game as well. It's a Temple team that shoots 71 points per game. As answering that, Alicia Lovett with the tray, and down to a 1-point game, and we're already seeing some pressure here in the half-court press.
Some pressure and some hot shooting from both teams downtown.
Down inside to Atkinson. That was stopped momentarily, but we will get a Kira Goings, both recruited from the same area, as Goings was actually the first one that coaching staff pinned down, but then got Benham to follow.
On Atkinson missing both free throws on the other end. And Temple, one of their Achilles heels right now, is shooting free throws 44% from the free throw.
This is one of the fastest players that you've seen.
She's just got unprecedented speed, and that's why it's so important that Cincinnati stops her early in the backcourt. That's why you're going to see them press a lot tonight to try to control her and not let her accelerate, because once she accelerates, she's just off to the races.
Brianna Fitzgerald has it going on. She has 5 of Temple's 8. Cincinnati is down by a triple. Here's Quisenberry up top.
Temple, a team that will play primarily man. They put good pressure on the ball. They like to get in passing lanes. They like to play disciplined defense and create a lot of offense with their defense.
Whitfield with the left hand right over Atkinson.
Wow, Whitfield with a crafty spin move in the left hand layup.
Butts splits 2.
Love it with her length and her 6-foot frame. Really effective in the front line of that press.
Found short on the 3. There's Owens, and the poor foul committed.
Secondary breaks, and then you'll see a lot of high ball screens and basket attacks.
Temple team that's starting a 5-guard lineup, something Tanya Cardoza has not done in her head coaching career here at Temple. Owens for a deep 3. In and out, there's Atkinson with the board.
Temple showing a little pressure of its own, and Coach Cardozo saying they would use their presses selectively, a little 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Butts beats Benham to the basket and lengthens the Temple lead now.
Well, and you see why Aaliyah Butts is such a crowd favorite. That explosive speed, hesitation, and her ability, even at 5'4", to finish at the rim. She's Temple's very first top 100 recruit. She's a program changer for them.
Talk about a program changer. Anna Owens as well, the sophomore out of Indianapolis, and a terrific high school. And Lawrence North was an all-conference, all-freshman team player. Beautiful baseline drive found. She came up short. Owens with the outlet. Looking for Lovett.
Beautiful go-ahead pass by Anna Owens, and beating Temple at their own game, getting the ball out and down the floor quickly.
And Cincinnati leapfrogs Temple here, taking its first lead. Extra pass, Atkinson for three. Off the hill, rebound Coville. And it will be called on this end of
She thinks that this has prepared them to play in this tough American Conference, and it surely has. And, for Cincinnati today, it's going to be so important that they're able to limit Temple's scoring runs. And you limit scoring runs by not giving up offensive rebounds, not giving up transition baskets, and not making multiple mistakes consecutively. And they also need to make Temple play in the half court. And you see that's why they're extending their defense, pressuring, and so far they're doing a good job.
Benham long on the three. Atkinson tipped it out into the hands of Fountain. Here comes Fitzgerald. It's a 9-4 rebounding advantage so far for the Owls. Butts with the floater. She draws the contact on Benham, and she goes so fast. So back to a three-point differential.
Temple again extending their defense with that 1-3-1, creating the deflection and the turnover, and they're off to the races again.
And it's stolen away by Alicia Lovett. Whitfield, and it's tipped by Coville. And Owens rescues the possession, 20 to shoot, takes matters into her own hands, too strong, into the hands of Whitfield. With the reverse.
Nice extra effort by Whitfield, giving her team a second opportunity to look at the basket and gets the score. See Cincinnati just going to play that packed-in 3-2 matchup zone.
Atkinson for the pull-up. Coville trying to wrestle away from Whitfield. The foul will be on Erica Coville.
Time, and she's getting better. Her last two games have been her best. She had a career high 8 points the other night in the Tulsa game. Now you're going to see the chess game begin. When Wigwe comes in the game, now Cincinnati substitutes Chandler for the matchup in the post. Chandler typically in the starting lineup, but was taken out of the starting lineup today to compete against the 5 guards.
Butts rims out. She'll go to the line, however. So much confidence from last year to this year. It's really beyond the Fitzgerald's team. She aids that cause successfully.
I just love how this Temple team locks in on defense. You can see it in their eyes. You can see the focus.
Lovett strong on the three. Here's Butts from the Fitzgerald outlet. And Butts corrals it instead of Brandy Tarver. 20 to shoot. It's a Fitzgerald tray. Atkinson, another offensive board, dominating Whitfield, and she gets fouled. Chelsea Warren nails her on.
CC team, she's just a tough player and an intense competitor.
Atkinson has 2 of the 6 offensive rebounds for the Owls. She's been monstrous down low. Here's Lovett looking for Whitfield. Tipped by Fitzgerald, looking for the held ball. Wigwe to the floor as well. Norma Jones is a kickball situation.
Great hustle right now by both teams.
Kira Goings checks in for the first time. She'll replace Tarver. There's Berg on the outside. Loves to hit that three. Shooting 33% this year. And on cue, too strong. Atkinson, her third offensive rebound.
On the weak side, Berger with the shot from the corner, and over 65% of the time, the shot's going to come off opposite side, and she was there waiting on the weak side board to rebound and finish. And we can see right now that the offensive board's starting to have an impact on this game. Temple Owls with 7 offensive rebounds and able to convert on several of them.
Love it. Taking Wigwe.
Wow, Alicia Lovett is just a gem of a player. Just great job off the bounce, getting to the rim, using that length.
One of the most athletic players on the team, according to Jamel Elliott. 7 double-figure games this year. It's back down to a 5-point game. Here's the very busy Atkinson as she gives way to Fitzgerald with under 10 to shoot. Berger for a second attempt from 3, way off. Owens has it on a 3-on-1 situation. Stop, pop, 2-ball. Rims out, Berger has numbers the opposite way with Atkinson taking Lovett as she's steamrolling to the edge.
Wow, and the long outlet pass to Atkinson. Berger with the strong rebound. Cincinnati one and done on the boards, able to convert the transition basket. And right now, offensive rebounds and transition baskets, the difference in this basketball game.
Atkinson has 8 of Temple's 22. Another turnover here.
Just a little bit overthrown, and Alicia Lovett playing so hard right now on both sides of the ball, but a missed opportunity for the Bearcats. It is an easy baskets, high percentage shots, the difference in this game right now. Temple with 9 second chance points off of 7 offensive rebounds. And transition baskets, just able to get out and run and score layups at the rim.
Yeah, the rebounding disparity is the story. You saw 14-8, 7-1 on the offensive rebounds in favor of Temple. As Lovett going right to club back to the postseason, haven't been there in quite a few years since 2012. Tanya Cardozo's squad a great run to the WNIT semifinals last year, losing to West Virginia. And won some pretty big games at the end against Penn, Marist, NC State.
Well, she had gone to the NCAA tournament in her first 3 seasons, and last year taking Temple to their first Final Four in any tournament, Final Four of the WNIT, and this team looking to get back to the NCAA tournament this season.
Atkinson with...
And they're able to get into it. You can only get into your press when you score, so they're going to have to put the ball in the basket to be able to get their defense set.
Owens, the prolific scorer, held to just 2 points as Chandler was too strong on the 3, but the extra possession rescued by Goings and put in by Lovett once more.
Good extra effort by Goings, stealing that ball back, creating a second chance opportunity for the Bearcats, a much needed bucket.
And she's been the epitome of Cincinnati's offense, Debbie. 13 of 19 points for Cincinnati. Butts with the no-look to Fitzgerald for 3. Close on it. Weigway tried to go for the offensive rebound.
And you see Temple tending to take some long outside shots, some going in, a few going in. But that's exactly what Cincinnati wants to do, get Temple into the half-court game.
Lovett for 3. She is rolling in Philadelphia. And will all swear at 22. She has 16 points.
Lovett just a rock star for the...
So they've checked Owens, who's just held to an anemic 2 points so far. We have 3 turnovers on Temple. Cincinnati trying to take its first lead with Chandler here. Weigway stands her ground. 25 to shoot for Cincinnati. Good spin move inside. However, Norma Jones all over the Temple pace in the second stanza.
It really has. The pace of the game has definitely slowed because Cincinnati's been able to score.
Atkinson very active. Instead, it goes into the hands of Goings.
And Temple sometimes tends to really rush their offense, and Coach Cardozo wants them to play fast, but wants them to also have patience when they need it.
Owens almost nails the backdoor cut, the beautiful feed from Goings. Instead, we go the opposite way. We're all locked up at 22.
Cincinnati loves the back cut. They know Temple likes to get up in passing lanes and overplay, and they're going to look to dribble, drive, and back cut any opportunity they get.
Norma Jones is all over Cincinnati. They can take the lead on this possession.
Cincinnati showing some of that toughness and resiliency and grit that they built during their very tough non-conference schedule. They've played with the best, so they're not afraid to play with anybody.
Fitzgerald amongst the trees. Weigway was there as well.
Defender and get the move, just not able to convert.
So Goings, the freshman, handling the point here with Owens in this situation coming off the ball. And here's Chandler in the high post. Chandler, she walked. Another turnover.
Not able to make the pass. She just needs to work the ball and work for the best shot on the court.
Butts trying to take the lead. Off the heel. Weigway couldn't get it. Instead, into the hands of Benham, and she'll push. Benham spinning away from Fitzgerald, and the first lead this afternoon for Cincinnati prompts a timeout by Tanya Cardozo.
And a great timeout by Coach Cardozo because the catalyst on the defensive end of the floor. She's doing it all right now for this Bearcat team.
Temple, conversely, Debbie, 0 of 6 field goals in that span. Let's see how the Owls adjust on the timeout, down for the first time today.
What a great timeout again by Coach Cardozo, because Cincinnati had gone on a 9-0 run. And for Temple, it's going to be a matter of cracking the zone defense and then picking up the intensity level on the defensive end of the floor.
Owens pushing with Benham, and Wisely will reset here. Love it. Walk took an extra step on the pivot in front of Donnie.
Now they're not able to convert.
With the style of these offenses, you're going to see a lot of turnovers in this matchup. Cincinnati's a club that averages 15, Temple 16 turnovers a game. Fountain inserts it into the low post for Wigwe, and a travel violation.
She's played fantastic in the last 2 games, establishing career high in 3 different categories in the last game against Tulsa. And tonight, right now, she's been fairly limited.
Warren, the backdoor cut. Lovett has it rolling. 18 points for the redshirt senior.
And that's Cincinnati basketball. They worked on that yesterday. Defense in the passing lane, dribble at them, and a quick back cut and conversion at the rim.
Fountain halfway down and out. Wigwe will go to the line. We saw a lot of...
Yes, they changed things up this year. They're going to play at a faster pace. They have a different look. They're going to play that 3-2 matchup zone, and right now, they just look exceptional.
Ruth Sherrill wearing 12 in the white jersey at the free throw line for Temple. Checks in. She's a transfer from Hofstra. Love it again. Taking on Sherrill.
Temple defense perhaps denying her and trying to keep the ball out of her hands. Coach Cardozo will come up with a plan to try to limit her.
With the free throws now, Lovett has 20, Cincinnati's 28. Temple all of a sudden was up by about 7, now down by 5. Atkinson with the pivot, she's short on it. There's Whitfield with the board.
Well, and you see how Atkinson can play down low, get some looks in the post because of her tremendous strength.
Good hustlers.
Lovett is showing you how athletic she is and how well she runs the floor.
Owens with the speed over Berger, running into Sherrill. Berger stands her ground. And over to Butts in transition, and the guard certainly can fly with the 7-footer. Out of foul.
And a much-needed bucket for the Temple back in their 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Temple now 5 for 5 from Charity. Step up was tipped out there by Berger. Whitfield, a deep 3. Too strong on it. Fresh 30 here for Lovett.
Lovett going to take her time, bring that ball out, and reset. There's the back cut again. This time, Aaliyah Butts needs to be there. The weak side needs to be there to cut off that drive.
Butts 5 of 5 for the Charity Track. Temple as a whole 8 of 11. Chandler with Sherrill all over her. Lovett finds an open player in Goings.
Lovett just doing it all. Scoring, defending, assisting. From that high post spot, finding the open player on the weak side of the basket. That's just a defensive error by Temple. Coach Cardozo is so happy with her team's defensive performance against Tulsa. But right now today, making some mistakes on the defensive end, and I'm sure she will address that at halftime.
Whitfield taking Berger. After back move, can't finish. Fitzgerald has it in front of Chandler. Butts for 3. Strong. Sherrill can't get the miss. Berger goes up into the hands of Anna Owens. Lovett feeling it from 3. In and out. Chandler with the offensive board with a smooth left hand.
And that's what Chandler does best. She takes up space in the paint. She's strong and powerful under the boards. Right now, I'm not letting Lovett shoot that 3. Chandler picking up the offensive rebound and able to convert.
And all of a sudden, Cincinnati with a 6-point lead in Philly. But stop, pop, pull back 2. And there's Owens with the deep rebound.
Temple just really having a hard time getting shots to fall right now.
Chandler beating the transition team. Over to have out of the timeout, we'll see with the remaining 2:30 in the half. Atkinson with a burst of speed.
And there's her adjustment. Attack the basket right through the press. Sideline over the top. And Atkinson on the attack to the rim, able to bank it off the glass.
He has 10 at Temple's 28 in the matchup. Owens taking Berger. And threw it ahead of Brandy Carver.
on Owens how to do so much. And Coach Elliott telling us, she's watched a lot of film this summer, and she's really learning that she doesn't have to do it all. She's a passer. She runs the offense, and she's really maturing in that point guard position.
Fitzgerald's been halted as of late. Comes up short yet again.
And the Owls not on the offensive boards like they were in the first.
They two in the white jersey for Temple. Berger, Sherrell, and Fitzgerald, the three other players there for the Owls. Lovett for three, strong from the wing. Butts with the long board, running in transition and throws it ahead of Atkinson. Cincinnati team certainly on a mission. They lost to Memphis on Thursday by 17. Without rebounding the boards, only went to the line at Pallet 6 times, but did limit Tigers to just 2 chances. Butts for 3. Can't get the roll. There's Whitfield with the long outlet. Lovett one-on-one with Fitzgerald. The senior, strong. Rebound on the weak side, can't go home.
And nothing falling for the Owls right now. They're getting out. They're getting good looks.
The offensive foul call. They teams in transition. If you look at their contests earlier, they've lost some close games. They've really flourished when they run.
They really do. And right now the ball's just not falling from them. And they're a team that averages over 71 points a game. In opposition, Cincinnati averages a little bit over 60. So
the Villanova game, which they did win, played St. Joe's, lost a tough contest there. But teams have adjusted, putting 4 guards as well. Getting on the board for Don Asia. Before Tanya Cardoza mentioned to us that we have more players, we have more depth, but really it's the same rotation as a year ago. And a timeout called by the bench here of Cincinnati.
Elliott to call a timeout.
Owens in this situation will run the point with Lovett coming off the ball here, and Chandler will operate in the high post. Lovett running right through Sherrell, and Andrew Bell's all over that, an offensive foul. That's the second 2 fouls. Berger for her 3rd attempt from 3 and finally succeeds. And half court here as we commence the 3rd quarter from McGonigal Hall. As we're deadlocked at 34, Temple ended the first half on an 8-0 run. Colville gets going. She's still quiet, however. Felton with the board, and Temple takes the 2-point advantage.
Well, and Colville certainly well rested after only 7 minutes in the first half, so I'm sure she's excited to get out here and contribute to her team and turn the tide here. And I love Donasia Fountain on the offensive board, finishing for 2.
Now 23 boards for Temple to Cincinnati's 27. If you recall, Temple did have that advantage when we started play in the opening minutes. Lefty Tarver can't get the roll, and there's Fountain for the Owls.
And you see Leah Butts calling the secondary break on the run. Temple likes to flow into this secondary offense, look for a quick shot, and if not, they'll go into their half-court set. Leah Butts testing the defense.
Colville can't get it. Instead, it's Fountain with the board. Came up short, tapped it in the hands of Whitfield.
Fountain is just so athletic. She's only a sophomore that transferred from Georgia Tech. Temple has her for 2 more seasons after this when she just gets up off her feet and so quickly.
And corrals the miss amid 3 black jerseys for Cincinnati. And back to Fiona Fitzgerald. Tanya Cardoza mentions it's her squad. Last year, even though she started out 12 games, came off the bench, a learning experience for Fee. This year, getting the starting nod throughout and flourishing for Temple.
Well, Fee's just a fantastic player. 2-time American Conference second-team honoree. She had 32 points this year in their opener at Florida. Just able to put up big numbers.
Good tip away here for the Owls. Atkinson on the dime by Fountain. Timeout early by Jamel Elliott.
They really did. I asked Coach Cardoza, how would you want people to describe your team? And she said the biggest compliment you can give us is that we play hard and we play with passion. And you see Temple coming out of the halftime break playing hard on the defensive end.
Fitzgerald. Right over Brandy Tarver.
That's the second turnover for the Bearcats in this half, and Temple able to convert on the other end.
7 for Fitzgerald, propelling a 6-0 run for the Owls. Owens silenced. Here's the lefty Tarver.
Colville with the strong rebound, already making an impact. She comes out in this half.
Love it with the board. 14-0 run for the Owls, stemming from the previous half. It's Butts causing the turnover on Cincinnati, and back to Temple.
Butts just tracking Lovett down, able to tip from behind and come up with the steal. And now settling down, getting her team into their half-court offense. Wise decision.
Fitzgerald working with Colville, also Danlo Atkinson, Fountain, and Butts, the two other players. Colville tries to get on the board with a three. She's short, missed the angle, and here comes Owens.
Temple just really struggling behind the three-point line in this game. They're 3 for 16 right now, but I don't think it's going to stop them from shooting, and eventually it'll fall.
So here's the fast-paced game that Tanya Cardozo wanted her club to display this afternoon against Cincinnati. He's battled a lot of tough teams who possess more size than they'll see in the American Conference moving forward.
Well, you know, and they talked about, Temple staff talked about characterizing their team, and they said their team is just tough. They want to characterize Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a tough city, and they want to be known as a tough team.
Donasia Fountain comes up short of the three. It's a good box out by Whitfield, and the foul.
Owls extending their defense now into the full court, and you see Fountain with that long frame out front.
Just 12 points so far, shooting 50% from the field. Anna Owens limited to just 2 points. We highlighted her from the top, that matchup, her against Butts, but it's really been the player with the ball in her hands a moment ago. Love it. Here's Whitfield on the wing. Driving past Atkinson.
Wow, nice strong take for Whitfield. Whitfield helped defense, just doesn't get all the way over, and she's able to finish at the rim.
She's got 6. Butts finds Fitzgerald. She'll try a three. And the sophomore delivers.
And there it is. The seal is off the basket. Aaliyah Butts struggling from behind the three tonight, but able to convert on that one.
Yeah, Temple as a team, Debbie, shooting 4 of 16. Butts now has 12.
Cincinnati looking at their fake handoff again.
Owens from the elbow, can't get the friendly roll. Fountain couldn't corral the miss, and instead pickpocketed away. However, for Cincinnati's Bianca Quisenberry.
Bianca Quisenberry with the extra effort, the easy putback. Both these teams just working so hard right now.
That's Quisenberry's first points of the game.
Defense, let's get some energy, let's get some intensity out there, and they came out in the second half, and they're on a 17-4 run right now from the first half to the second.
Meanwhile, Cincinnati has got back in the rebounding category as well, with Lovett, who has the basketball here, flourishing.
Well, Anna Owens is struggling tonight. Right now, 1 for 9 from the floor, another Cincinnati turnover, and Atkinson unable to finish at the rim. Anna Owens, usually the leader of this team, and still leading this team, still doing the little things, but just not able to put the ball in the basket tonight.
Whitfield short on the three. Here comes Fitzgerald for Temple.
I think one of the big differences in this half was having Colville back in the lineup, having those 2 fouls early and only playing 7 minutes. She just brings another element to this team.
Tip by Chandler to break it free, but Atkinson gets it back by the player that you just mentioned. Erica Colville did the dirty work.
Colville fighting for the ball, able to keep it alive and create the easy basket. And Colville, she's the youngest of 9 siblings. She has a twin brother, Eric, but 9 children in that family, and she's just tough. And the coaches say, you know, she just is smart. She really doesn't take a bad shot.
Goings for 3. Let's back down to a 4-point game.
Much needed basket by the Bearcats. Goings with the answer, and Cincinnati able to get back in their press.
Cincinnati, as Debbie mentioned, cling to this 3-2 matchup zone that was tipped away by Goings, falls to the floor. Colville as well, who wants it? It's Anna Owens, and she'll look to push for the Bearcats.
Great defense by Goings.
Whitfield, no. Colville gets the miss, and Norma Jones calls the foul. Wise one.
Floor as well. You see both these teams just hustling for the ball.
Backdoor cut, Chandler! And an offensive foul to the dismay of Tanya Cardozo. perhaps.
Spreading the floor. They have such balanced scoring. They have 5 players that average more than 9 points a game. They can spread you out and take you off the bounce. And I'm sure Coach Cardozo wants to see a little more of that in the second half.
Love has been halted somewhat here in the second half. Remember, she had 20 in half number 1. Going, spins. Chandler, it got tipped away, but the foul's going to be called on Biondo. Two friends, Cardozo and Elliott, going against each other. Both coached for 9 seasons at UConn, know each other very well, and as Debbie alluded to, matching this personnel change. Fountain and the insert for Coville.
And Temple running their down screen secondary break and the nice high-low pass for the easy 2-point conversion.
Now back down to a 4-point game with Cincinnati trailing. Whitfield thought about the 3. Took on Coville. Wigwe was there. Butts gets fouled. Standing in her way, that double. She fills the stat line with points, steals, and blocks, as you alluded to. Season high 17 against Houston. We mentioned how quiet she was. She's with the ball here. She was limited in the first half, but it seems like the coaching staff, as you and I mentioned, got in her ear, and she succeeded in half number 2.
Yeah, you know, when you pick up 2 fouls early in the game, it's discouraging because you don't get to play the number of minutes that you want to as you see Leah Butts just getting to the rim. But definitely she's well rested for this half and able to come out and get her job done.
Owens for 3. And Fountain gets fouled by Whitfield.
Success of this team, she's going to have to sit for a while, and that's going to hurt the Cincinnati program. And somebody's going to have to step up. There we see Fountain again with the short pull-up jumper. The great follow-through is just smooth.
Fountain has deposited 10 of Temple's 49, and now under a minute to go in the third quarter.
Temple with balanced scoring, already 3 players in double digits.
Tipped by Coville. Butts gets it back as she beats Benham.
And that's why Butts is number 2 in the American in steals per game. Just so quick, she waits for her opportunity, steals it, layup on the other end.
She was an all-AAC 13 player as well, cashing in 12 per game. Active with the hands on the steal front. Owens over to Quisenberry. 8-second differential between the game and shot clock.
Cincinnati running that double high screen for Anna Owens, but Temple just shutting her. Have her best players on the floor for the majority of the game. Right now, the Bearcats experiencing a little bit of difficulty in the foul department.
Chandler with 4 to shoot. And the call coming up. It looks like it's going to be charged.
Difference maker for them.
Now it extends to a 10-point lead for Temple at the buzzer. And Alicia Lovett cannot hit.
From the floor in the third quarter where Temple shot 44%. Temple's been able to force the Bearcats into 15 turnovers, which has created 12-second chance points.
Here's Lovett from 17, short, and Fitzgerald has it. In transition yet again, and this is what Temple wants to execute with Fountain. This will be a backcourt violation. Andrew Bills all over that. Now, Debbie, Temple
Have to get back in this game. They're down 10, so they're going to need to get some quick shots. They've got plenty of time on the clock, but they really need to execute better in the half court. I don't think many of the shots they've taken in this half have been really the kind of shots that Coach Elliott wants, but that's a tribute to the Temple defense, forcing them to do things they don't want to do.
Lovett hasn't scored in the second half at all. She takes matters in her own hands with the runner over Wigwe. Can't get her own miss. Instead, into the waiting arms of Aaliyah Butts.
And Temple flows into their secondary break offense. Fitzgerald fading that screen. Step back shot.
Goings gets fouled. It's going to be
On board, and one of the concerns she had going into this game was scoring droughts. And this team has gone on a little bit of a scoring drought, and Temple's been able to continue to go on a run.
Lovett tries to get back in, and she gets the fortuitous bounce.
And a much-needed bucket by Lovett. Back to the way she started in the first half.
Now has 23. Butts working with Fountain, a deep 2. Wigwe with the board. She falls to the floor. No travel call. Gets it in the hands of Coville, and it frees up Fitzgerald. Butts, that's her shot from the wing.
Leah Butts on the other end, getting back. She averages 40% from behind the three-point line. She is second in the American in three-point percentage, and she's starting to feel it from downtown.
No shot here. Wave off the three. We're going to get an offensive foul.
So Bianca Quisenberry will lead the front of this press, put the pressure on up top in the 3-2 zone. Leah Butts right down the middle. Right down the middle, finds the gap. Leah Butts really starting to turn it on. You can see why. She's one of the best point guards in the country, one of the best players in the American Conference.
Warren, the freshman, over to her fellow freshman, Goings. Well short on it, big board by Atkinson. Who else?
Atkinson is just so powerful. She got up so high for that board.
Butts, baseline drive with the floater. Over Warren.
It's the Butts show. Here she comes, and the crowd loves her. She is a fan favorite with the drive-by and the beautiful floater. What amazing body control.
Give her 21. Temple with its largest lead now at 14.
Cincinnati needs an answer right now as Temple has opened up this big lead.
Owens can't get the three. Big board foul.
Owens continuing to struggle. 1 for 11 from the field today. So uncharacteristic for her.
Comes in averaging 14 points per game as well as Fountains driving with the right hand, strong the whole way and into the waiting arms of Warren. Owens. Oven is out. Also, Whitfield has fouled out in the ball game. She really has to step up big time and keep pressure in the zone. Temple tries to break it with the high-low it does.
Great pass into Wigwe and the nice back cut by Atkinson.
Trying to beat that zone, just insert it to the high post and let a wing player come in.
Great offense right there by the Temple Owls.
Chandler over to Goings, the freshman, for three. Strong the whole way.
Temple right now, the clock is working in their favor, so they really want to take their time in the half court if they don't have an easy shot in transition. And there's Butts again, she's feeling it. Atkinson so quick off her feet, able to give the Owls a second opportunity.
A hand check foul to go for Temple. Wigwe back into the lineup down low with Koval, and here's Atkinson on the wing.
This is a point in the game where Temple can show some patience. They don't have to be in a hurry to score. They have a 14-point lead. The clock is ticking, close to 5 minutes to go. And a good look by Koval. Patience on the offensive end, an excellent basket attack.
Yeah, it seemed that just Chandler Ross was settling into that post position in the zone, and Koval read it beautifully. And that's what happens when you play a zone and the ball goes out to the wing. You forget about the weak side.
Koval with that quickness just able to explode to the rim, and the defense just not able to get over there in time to stop her, and she's able to draw the foul.
What's it say about this Temple squad, Debbie, that they were really seesawing with Cincinnati? They started out great. Cincinnati took over in the second half, outscored Temple 19-12. In the third, it flip-flopped 19-9.
Well, I think we can see how the defense for this Temple squad sets the tone for their team. And when their defense improved, their offense.
Stepping on the line, and that's the 17th turnover of Jamel Elliott's club.
And drive it to the rim for the floater, and she draws it.
So with Lovett inserted back in, the club trailing by 15, here's Owens to set the half-court offense.
Cincinnati in their horn set, still plenty of time to get back in this game.
Lovett rims out for her. There's Wigwe. Butts pulls back, loves the three.
Butts with that amazing ball handling ability, just such control with the ball, gets out in transition, steps in, steps back behind the three, and knocks it down. She's had a fantastic second half. 24 points in the ball game for the sophomore Leah Butts. They give and go with Chandler. Wigwe stands her ground into the hands of Butts with the outlet. Atkinson with a spin and curls it over Lovett. Cincinnati's going to try to throw this one. Poor Debbie, that ties that season high against Sacred Heart.
Quisenberry misses the bunny. Sherrill with the board. Butts finds Sherrill for the 7-footer. Atkinson can't get the rebound, instead into the hands of Chelsea Warren. Butts tried to get the steal again. Yep, she'll draw this game a long time. It's hard to believe that Butts is a sophomore out there. Certainly doesn't play like one.
She's just got such a confidence and a focus to her game. She's really fun to watch.
Anna misses the 3. And Temple's 320 away from improving to 10-5 overall, 4-1 in the American. The Bearcats on the verge of being dealt their 3rd loss in conference action.
Temple running their down screen break, going into their double baseline screen, and now into their half-court offense.
Louisville can't get the offensive rebound. The pushed high is a season high. Extra pass. And it rattles home for Cincinnati's Ryan Mena.
That's beautiful offense. Anna Owens with the fake handoff, able to turn the corner, hit the corner on the opposite side, and the one more pass for the wide open 3. Great job by the Bearcats.
Robinson tried to accept the pass. Lovett tipped it out. Jodine Smith says it was tipped by Cincinnati's Quisenberry, so just 7 on the shot clock here, does not reset with Fitzgerald. She sees that and scores.
Down to Fitzgerald, another offensive weapon in this tremendous balanced scoring attack for the Temple Owls.
Lovett silent since she hurt a foot or ankle. One can't get the roll. There's Coville. Remember, Lovett at 20 points in the first half. And we're going to get some substitutions in here.
Right now with 2 minutes to go in this game, giving her players that practice every day and typically sit on the bench an opportunity to play.
Deja Reynolds and Asia Bolduc checking in for the first time. Here's Reynolds with the left hand, strong.
No call on that.
Yeah, I thought she touched it last, but Robinson nonetheless, that was tipped up by Chandler, and we go back to Cincinnati. Officials might have missed that one. Quisenberry. Off the window, too strong.
Beautiful pass by Lovett. Nice bounce pass to Quisenberry.
Robinson. That's just her 12th total point this season for Temple. Lovett for 3, well off, and now a minute to play at Philly. Reynolds splits 2.
Great long full court pass by Khadijah Berger to Reynolds for the easy basket.
9 Temple players have scored, a test to the depth this season for Tanya Cardozo's unit. The Temple faithful certainly want them to get to 76 with free tacos for all in attendance. The 3's off, tipped by Sherrill, and Berger has it.
Berger will just take her time on this possession, and there's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, and just let this wind down. Temple really showing in this game that they are one of the top 3 teams in this league, coming out and playing an exceptional first half. This Cincinnati Bearcat team really coming in here and playing exceptionally hard in the first half, giving Temple all they can manage.
Players love it. Good performance from her with 23 points. And Cincinnati will be now 1-3.